it be the wrong thing, so I won't even add until I make sure what it is. I think either one of the big charts on either the Declaration or one of them pages like that.
All right. So now I'm watching. It was the History Channel, History.com. The name of the thing is Hooked: Illegal Drugs and How They Became Illegal. Now this one they have it all on all the different, ecstasy, LSD, cocaine, morphine, all of them. But I just watched the one on marijuana. So now they said in the 1930s during the Great Depression, alcohol was banned. Then it was reversed to target narcotics, which is heroin and cocaine, because they figured if they can get the people to drink rather than do the cocaine and the heroin, we rather that.
Right? Make some more money off that.
So now, at that time, there was no federal law against drugs. You know what I'm saying? It was up to the state to decide what was going on. At that time, we had a lot of Mexican immigrants, and the Mexican immigrants were smoking it, growing it, and selling it. And they figured that
Mexicans was eating.
They figured that it was a immigration problem.
Oh, okay. So
marijuana. Marijuana was an immigration problem. If they could get the immigrants out, marijuana would be gone too. So they started focusing on that. And then I guess it was like the guy who was the president, the head of the thing at the time, didn't think that it was marijuana wasn't that serious to be fighting a war against, because they didn't have the money or anything to wage a war against drugs.
Right.
It was just like really, like a really big, it was like a big front. Like, okay, let's say we have the war on drugs, so we look like we're doing the right thing, but it wasn't really that. Now, let me see, move on. The only way that they could really deter people from doing marijuana was to make those stupid movies, the one where you smoke marijuana and get all giggly and the girls go and have sex.
So
and then the boys,
you see what that did in the minds of the parents now.
So now that's what they was like,
that's where that shit came from.
They was making mad movies like that. Just, okay, you have sex, you're gonna get pregnant, you're gonna die, you're gonna end up in a car accident.
To do all that.
And it's, just smoking spliff, you're gonna end up killing your parents and
I'm saying?
Shit like that.
That's why they say you're gonna go crazy.
Shit like that. So now I'm watching it and I'm like, you see how they wanna stop it. So then they wanna ban it, right?
Propaganda.
So then they ban it. But then that was like around 1940, 1950 they banned it. 1960s wasn't that big a deal, right? Because everybody was doing everything anywhere all the time.
Right, the hippie movement.
Free love, free hope and love, peace and sex, drugs and rock and roll and all that bullshit. So now, it just goes on, and then they figured, if marijuana was used openly, they were saying, okay, this is a white man. I made sure I wrote this thing down. A white man, a white government official stated that marijuana, unlike all of our other drugs, there's no history of overdose. There's no history of death caused by marijuana. There's no violence attached to marijuana. He says marijuana appeals to someone who is smart, bless you, and willing to overturn boundaries. Meaning that, saying that people who use weed are not dumb people. They're not using it to follow somebody else. They're not using it to be part of a group, part of a crowd. They're using it so that they can meditate, become one with themselves, grow more as a person, so forth and so on. This is a white man that's talking, and he think he just talking for his fellow white man, but he has no idea who's the people that use it the most. So I'm just like, they were saying that they had the reason I'm bringing this up, they had a thing on machine guns. Right, in order to because back in the time when the mobs was big and everything, they were trying to stop the sale of machine guns. So they figured that, all right, the only way that I have a machine gun and can give it to you or sell it to you, you'd have to have a machine gun stamp. Right, that's the law that was passed. But they never made a stamp. So the law was passed, and then you can't give me a gun, or I can't give you a gun without this stamp, but we have no way of getting this stamp, and the law is perfect. perfectly
We
legal.
just need a
So
stamp.
this is how they was trying to get marijuana. This is how they was trying to get. So this is what they did. They was like, okay, you can have marijuana, you can grow marijuana, you can smoke marijuana, so long that you have a marijuana stamp.
Okay.
They made a limited amount of these stamps.
Okay.
And they made them unavailable.
Unavailable. To certain people? So why did they make them?
Unavailable. So that they can get around the machine gun, because they were saying that you guys passed a law without the thing being able to be done. You're saying that I can't give him my gun without the stamp, so let me go get the stamp. I'll pay whatever it is to get the stamp. But there's no stamp to get. You can't do that.
So they made a limited amount of herb stamps.
But it's unavailable.
That's some trickery, you know. That's
that's the American government.
Oh my God.
Government. That is the American government. And I'm watching it.
They're tying the herb with the thing.
I'm watching it. Just like how right now they tied weed and all the
into the drug category
into Iraq. What did they say? If you buying weed, if you buying the weed on the corner, that you supporting terrorists. I've seen like 2-3 commercials like that.
Wow, it's coming down. You see, it's coming down.
I've seen 2-3 commercials like that where they said that we
gonna be terrorists, right?
Or when we buy them bootleg DVDs, we promoting terrorists.
I'm telling you, we're terrorists right now.
And we are, they can arrest us for what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? Accompanying or being a part of it or whatever. They're trying to catch us. You think you're slick with it?
Everybody knows we're terrorists right now. Burning herb right now.
Yep. Because we're supporting it. It's just the same thing that they're trying to do they resort to the same tactics that they did before, not realizing America, it didn't work the first time. Y'all was making all them movies to make sure that people don't smoke weed, and what happened? Nowadays, everybody smokes weed. Come on, stop that.
I ain't get mine from Afghanistan. Mine come from California. What you gonna tell me if I tell you that?
Mine was born in Cali. My shit was born down in Arizona. I'm telling you, baby.
Straight, right? So what you telling me? I don't know about Afghanistan herb.
And the only way that we could be supporting terrorists and have Iraqi herb or Afghanistan herb out here is if you, the U.S. government, allow it to come in. Ain't no way for us to support it if we can't get it. I ain't never left the United States. Ain't no way for me to get that shit.
Alright. I don't know even why. I support God things. It's not even Afghanistan thing. It's God thing called God make herb. Afghanistan don't make herb.
Nope.
Herb grow all over the earth, man.
Nope. So I was just that shit right there. That shit right there just had me. So I'm like, yo, who's logging?
Baba, yeah, let go. Yeah, God gives man herbs.